up, everybody? Pardon that glare. I tried to mess with that before it started, but I don't think it's bothering anybody too much. It's either that or it's dark in here. So, but and sorry I got on a little late. I was talking to my granddaughters, my little whys. You know why I go to dialysis and grateful for it. Yeah, my little whys, right? And my oldest grandchild Tamaya, she had some Easter stuff that she got or whatever. So that's why I'm a little late. But welcome everyone. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Let's go. I love that verse, right? And that's what we're going to be talking about today, guys. We're going to talk about faith over fatigue. What's up, James? I see you, brother. Faith over fatigue, right? And for those of you who are new to the lives, right? If you see me like looking up and down like this, it's because I have my TikTok audience up here. What's up, TikTok? And my Facebook Live down here. So I'm trying to reach as many people as I can reach. I know dialysis people, patients, warriors need this, need what we gonna bless y'all with today, right? So, hey, if you're here watching live, let me get a hashtag faith over fatigue in the chat. Let me see who rocking with me. Faith over fatigue in the chat, right? All right, sorry about that, guys. I was just chewing some ice. Y'all dialysis patients, y'all know about chewing the ice thing. Y'all know about that, right? So, I'm gonna say it again because I love saying this first. Isaiah 40:31. But they who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. That verse fires me up. All right, so welcome everyone to today's live training. Faith over fatigue, finding strength on dialysis days. Again, if you're watching live, let me get a hashtag faith over fatigue in the chat. And if you're watching on the replay, drop replay warrior so I can show you some love later on. After y'all check it out and let me know how you were blessed, right? Right. So, for many of us on dialysis, fatigue is more than just being tired, right? A lot of people not on the machine don't understand that, right? It's about, you get tired emotionally and spiritually as well, right? It's something about that machine. It just sucks it all out. It just don't suck the toxins out of you. It sucks everything out of you, right? That's what's up. So, today we're gonna talk about some defenses against that, right? So, what if I told you that your energy isn't just about your body, though, right? It's about your beliefs, yeah, your boundaries, yeah, and how about this? Your biblical perspective. So you're saying I'm tired because of my biblical perspective? Yeah, that's why you follow me, guys, because I break this stuff down for you, right, in ways that you never even thought about, right? So today we're going to talk about 3 powerful ways that to fight fatigue on your dialysis day, right? And it all stems from faith at the center. All right. Let me get comfortable here. Let me get this mic set up so y'all can hear me. I'm going to lean in a little bit so y'all can. So I can get up on this mic so I'm clear. All right, so guys, thanks for being here. You guys. So as usual, on a Wednesday, I'm gonna bless y'all, right? And I'm not taking any of the credit, right? And when I say I'm gonna bless you, it's just coming through me. It's from Him, right? From all gifts come from above, like the Father says, right? And He comes to me. And before I got on here, I prayed, and it's coming out, boom, straight from the Father. Y'all ready? All right. So let's go. All right. We're going to talk about 3 points. Who's ready for the first one? Who's ready for the first point? the first the first weapon, right? That you can, let's see, how can we use this? The first way to administer the faith over the fatigue, right? Let me get a one in the chat. Can I get a one in the chat? If you ready for the first point, right, on how to have faith over fatigue, dialysis patients, we get tired. Like if you just join in now, we're talking about faith over fatigue and how it's not just your body's tired, it's your you have spiritual fatigue, you have emotional fatigue, as well as physical fatigue, right? So point one, right? So the first thing you have to know, right, in order to exercise faith over fatigue, is that strength starts with stillness, right? And I'm taking my own advice now because, like when I start talking to you guys, I get all fired up, right? So I'm a slow down, right? So Isaiah 40:31 tells us, "Those who wait on the Lord renew their strength." Right? We talked about that one, right? And then to bring that point home further, Psalms 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God. Woo. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth." Right? So even just reading that verse is calming me down a little bit, because a lot of times, some of us are already walking in our purpose, right? And some of us, once you learn your purpose and once you get your assignment from the Father, that gives you all the energy you need alone right there. I guarantee you, and I guess I was saving this for the last point, but it's coming out now. Like, if you're walking in your purpose, right? When you do the thing that God has created to do, it gives you energy. So I just gave y'all the bonus in the beginning of the in the beginning of this live. Like, you can log off and go home. You got the message now. But I would ask that you don't. I would ask that you stay and get the rest of the message that the Father has given me to give to you. Right? Most of us are moving so fast mentally, right? And if you're on this chat or if you're on this live, then you're most likely a high achiever, or someone who has a whole lot of fire inside of them, whether you're using it or not, right? And or maybe you think dialysis is tampering that down, but it's not. But I say all that to say this: like, you have a fire burning inside. So even if you're not physically moving, if you're like me, your brain is moving, right? Because I know, like, like, as far as my kidney disease, I feel like God had to, like, slow my body down so he could speed my mind up, right? So I got a question for you, right? Have you been mistaking, like, all your hustling for healing? Right? You think if you do this, do that, do this, do that, and get this done, get that done, get that done, that in itself is your healing mechanism? No, right? Like stillness isn't about, like, being lazy or laziness, right? And it's funny, like, because as I'm delivering this message, I know a lot of people I've talked to and a lot of clients I've helped, right? They need to do more, right? They're actually being too still. But here's the thing: they're being still in their body, but they're spending a whole lot of energy worrying and doing non-productive things that burn energy, right? And quick little lesson about energy. So when we talk about energy, right, the first way we talk about energy is like the energy, the fuel you use to walk and run and do the things you need to do in your life. Energy. But the second type of energy we're talking about is the vibes you put out, the energy you put out into the world, and the energy you give when you interacting with other people. So check this out. Which of these two energies serves you better, right? You leave out the house and you go into dialysis like this. Dialysis crap again, man. I don't know why God did this to me, man. Shoot, man. How you doing, sir? Man, get in my face, man. That energy, or what's up? I'm about to go work this treatment. I'm gonna get on this machine. I'm gonna work on some stuff. Hey, how you doing, good fella? How's your day? All right, that's what's up. God bless you. God bless you too. All right, which one of those energies serves you better? Which one of those energies do you think gives you energy? Right? Something to think about, right? But before all that can happen, right, you have to be in a quiet place, not a busy place, right? So in the morning, start your day with a nice prayerful routine, some breaths, some prayers, right? Because your strength and your energy is directly tied to your ability to slow down and seek God, right? So in the morning, begin your day with like a 5-minute devotional, some breath work, right? And if you want some breathing exercises to practice before dialysis or something, DM me and I got you, right? So be still, know that I'm God. So before you even do anything, pray. Ask God to come into your day and guide you and bless you, because now you're grounded, right? And believe it or not, guys, that sets you up so that your day is not spent being spent draining, like being angry and frustrated and disorganized drains energy, right? I'm giving you gold here, guys. And just think about it. And if in your mind right now you can't connect it, you're like, what's that got to do with the other? All I can do is tell you to pray and ask God to reveal how it's true, because it is. And if you're on this live with me, you're here to learn, right? And in order to learn, you have to open mind. And think about this: if everything you knew was working, you'd already be to where you are, where you want to be. So it's going to be, anything I tell you to do is going to be counterintuitive, because if you already knew to do it, you'd already be doing it. That makes sense, right? Can I get a mind blown emoji in the chat if you never looked at it that way? Right? So you're here to learn. You're here to learn, right? So you got to have open mind, guys, right? And just know that you don't know everything. God has blessed me with the ability to teach you guys. But when I'm not here, I'm learning from other sources so I could bring it to you. One of my mentors gave me a great analogy, because he was unmarried and I'm married, and I was asking him marriage questions. And he said, and I was like, wait, how can you answer my marriage questions if you're not married? And he says, because I go to the well, right? And his well is a bunch of well-off, successful people that are married. And he dips his cup in the well and he brings it back, right? And that's what I'm doing for you guys, right? So I don't know everything. But I go places and bring it to you, and I keep open mind, right? So I'm going to say all that to say, hey, what's up, Steve? I appreciate you joining me, brother, from TikTok. I'm on TikTok too, brother. So thank you. So that's what I'm saying, guys. So when you come on these lives, just be ready to listen and soak up and learn. And I'm telling you that how you start your morning, if you started with prayer, stillness, and breath work, you'll have more energy throughout the day, because worry and frustration and all those negative emotions drain your energy. All right, number 2. Who's ready for the second point? All right. If you're just joining, we're talking about faith. We're talking about faith over fatigue, and we're talking about ways to exercise faith over fatigue. And the first one was be still and know that He is God. Right. And it's about your morning routine. So who's ready for number 2? Put a 2 in the chat. Can I get a 2 in the chat? TikTok. Can I get a 2 in the chat? Facebook Live. Come on, guys. Let's go. All right. Number 2, right? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a spirit-led energy routine, right? What does that mean? Spirit-led energy routine. Well, like we talked about, if your routine is being led by negativity, it's going to drain you. Come on, guys, let that sink in. This is a huge paradigm shift for some of you guys, right? Not only does a positive attitude shift the way you see the dialysis machine, right? But it literally gives you energy. And more so than give you energy, it doesn't drain your energy. It's mentally and emotionally draining being angry, right? And being depressed, right? Depression drains you. Not only does it drain you emotionally, it drains you spiritually. You know why? Because the enemy's winning. Like Jesus said, he does nothing but come to he wants to kill, steal, and destroy. And depression is one of his greatest weapons. So if he wants to kill and destroy and steal from you, he's going to make you depressed. He's going to make you hate going to dialysis, right? And what does that do? It drains energy. So when we talk about having a spirit-led energy routine, we want the Holy Spirit to lead and give us the energy to keep going throughout the day and to renew our strength, like he says in Isaiah, right? To renew our strength. Getting fired up, getting warm here, guys, getting fired up like I always do. Trying to talk slow. But like I said, when you're in your purpose, you get energy, right? And that's going to be the third point, but I ain't giving you all that, right? Yet, not yet, right? So create a spirit-led energy routine. A lot of energy loss is due to poor patterns, not just dialysis itself, right? You need rhythms that refuel your nutrition, your hydration, your movement, right? So, so these are daily habits that you incorporate, and we talked about it in the last live video, guys. So go back if you haven't seen that. It's the 7 day. I think it's the 7 daily disciplines, the dialysis disciplines, right? To crush your dialysis days, right? I believe that was last week or the week before, right? Excuse me. So I got a question for you. Hold on. I'm going to ask it, then I'm going to take a drink, right? Have you accepted that being drained every day is like that's your new normal? Instead of challenging your daily habits? So are you in your mind like, I'm on dialysis, I'm tired, I'm weak, right? Are you accepting that as like this is the way it's going to be as long as I'm on dialysis? Or are you thinking about ways to change your daily habits? I'm letting that sink in because I know that's a tough one to swallow. And again, our minds open. We're here because we want to learn. We can't close our minds off. Keep them open because we're here to learn, right? Your body runs better with a rhythm, not randomness. Like, so you got to need a daily spirit-led routine, right? And just those small tweaks, small daily tweaks, it can create long-term strength and energy, guys. Like, spirit-led routines, they make room for grace. So, like the grace, you ain't got to just grit it out. Like, we accept the grace, and it's Holy Week, guys. So I can't not, talk about the perfect gift of salvation that was given to us, right? And how Yahshua, the Holy One, suffered for us, right? So that we can come to Him in our need, in our times of fatigue. Guys, I'm on this live talking to you, teaching you, right? But I get tired too, right? But what do? First thing I do, right? I go to that word and I go right to Isaiah 40:31. But those who wait on the Lord renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. All right, let me slow down, guys. I be getting fired up on y'all. I know y'all. Okay, I'm just calm down. I get it. Calm down. I'm here to teach. Right? I'm here to preach. I'm here to teach. Right. So So this is what you do, right? You build a routine before and after treatment that supports your strength. That might mean eating something light with high protein. I like to eat maybe a couple boiled eggs. I like to eat a cutie or some apples, right? Some protein crisps, maybe, right? Before, ever since I started doing that, I rarely, sometimes I do. I'm not going to be like I'm all that, but I rarely cramp, right? And if I do, it's because they pulling too much weight. Blood pressure don't drop. I walk in, blood pressure's good, fluid's good. Guys, come on now. It's easy things to do, right? And I ain't judging who's the biggest culprit. And because if I hadn't learned these things, I wouldn't be able to bring them to you, right? So I ain't sitting up on some high horse talking down to you like I've done this, and the only reason I'm here to be able to tell you because I've done it and I know better, right? Something else I've learned: listen to praise and worship music and podcasts, things that give you spiritual energy. You see where I'm going? Right? Guys, just hearing me say it right now, it might not resonate. But I promise you, if you do it, you'll see. You'll see. I promise you, guys. If you're someone and you're on this live, because a lot of the people I work with, their number one problem coming into my coaching is fatigue, right? And I'm giving you the framework or the blueprint of what I give them. Now I'll give them more specifics, but this is the framework, guys. You can fill this in. You can fill these types of things in with your own stuff if you really want to. If you really want to get your energy back, right? And this might be the key, right? Like stretching and walking, or like riding a stationary bike. Now, consult with your physician, right? But as dialysis patients. Now I know a couple guys. I see a couple guys on Facebook. I think William Smith. I think I see. I don't know if he's on here, but like he goes to the gym and goes hard. But like he knows what he's doing. He's studied and been doing it for a long time. So I don't suggest you just run out and do that, right? But most dialysis patients are it's recommended that we maybe ride a stationary bike, stretch, and walk, right? But these things can they can be huge. But like before I had this transition, like when my wife and I would go places, I would get on one of them scooters in the grocery store because I get so tired from just walking around. But I came to find out that my fatigue wasn't based on my disease. It was based on, like, I was just out of shape. I was out of shape, and I'm blaming it on I'm blaming it on my disease, but I'm just out of shape. So you can't control the machine, but you can control your mindset, right? All right. Who's ready for the third one? Who's ready for the third point? This is our last one. And if you've been on any of my lives, you always know that I always draw it right to this particular point, right? Point 3. Who's ready for point 3? Can I get a 3 in the chat? Let me get 3 in the chat. 3 in the chat. Let's go. All right. So point 3.
It doesn't look like you have an app named Chat. You can search for it in the App Store.
Watch me talking to me like, can't you see I'm busy? Number 3 in the chat. Right. Who wants ready for this third one? Okay, listen. Let your purpose power your days. Come on now. Hey guys, I'm fired. Like I didn't have dialysis today. True. But whenever I'm in my purpose, and I'm in my purpose right now, like this is what God put me on earth to do, to help dialysis patients, right? So because I'm in my purpose, I can fire it up. Some of you followers on here, some of you guys watching, on my TikTok followers, right? So TikTok is where I do all my encouraging stuff, right? Encouragement for dialysis patients. Come on, you got this type stuff, right? Whereas on Facebook is where we teach, right? But if you want to follow me on TikTok, it's at a gifted tone, right? But that's when you see me. I'm in the chair, and I'm fired up in the chair. Well, you know why? Because I'm in my purpose. Okay? Here's the truth: fatigue is heavier when your days feel empty. Like you ain't got nothing going on, you ain't got nothing to work on, you ain't striving for nothing, no dreams you trying to chase. Yeah, you gonna get tired quick. Because that's all you got to do is concentrate on being tired. But when God calls, but when you can know God still has a plan, even on dialysis days, it gives you meaning, right? So let me ask you this. Here's a question. Have you been seeing dialysis as a delay when it might be divine preparation for your purpose? How many of you guys, you tell me in the chat, when you're on the machine, whether you're at home dialysis, PD, in center, when you're treating, when you're in treatment, how many of you guys are working on what God called you to do here on this earth? In the chat, anyone. Say me, I do that. Me. Anyone? Anyone spend that 4 hours in the chair working on their purpose, working on the thing that God put them on the earth to do, right? And one of the things that what I do when I sit down with my clients is, if they don't know their purpose, this is what we do. We discover their purpose. We discover the purpose, right? Then we develop in that purpose, right? And then we deploy in the purpose. So we find out what the purpose is, we get better at it, and then we go out and do it, and we serve God with it, right? If you don't know your purpose, if you're struggling to find what your purpose, what your assignment God put you on here earth to do, all you really have to do, and I'm promising you, hand in my heart, hand on all my grandbabies in the background right there, is ask Him, Father, why am I on this machine? What do you want me to do on this machine? I'm willing to bet He's going to say, help others on the machine, right? And I can help you do that. Just reach out in the DMs, right? So, right, if you don't look at dialysis as a delay. It's divine preparation for what He's called you to do, right? And this is something you need to know. Like, when you're in your purpose, it produces strength and energy, right? Even when your body's weak, your spirit's strong, and your spirit controls your body. So if you're operating in your, I tell you what, when I go to bed at night, my head's a pillow. I'm out because I've been riding off my spirit. I'm riding off my spiritual energy, right? Not my physical energy. So when I hit that pillow, my body's like, oh, thank God. My spirit's like, oh, okay. A lot of times I'm still in the bed racing ideas in my head, right? The dialysis chair can be like your prayer chair or even your creative studio. That's what I do, right? When you live in mission, right, you tap into God's momentum and God's energy, right? So use your chair time to read and journal and pray and write out some ideas, right? Because like I said in other videos, when you're in that chair, it's technically a mini fast because you're getting all toxins out, and then the Holy Spirit can download into you. It's the best time, right? Like, don't waste the waiting. So if you're on a kidney transplant list, don't waste the waiting. Like, you're waiting, don't waste it. Use that time to talk to God, get close to God, and developing your purpose, guys. All right, guys. So let's just recap. Let's recap real quick. So today we covered stillness unlocks strength. A lot of it's counterintuitive, I know. Routines restore energy. Get on a routine, guys. I can help you do that. And purpose powers you forward. All right. If you just do these three things, pray in the morning, move a little bit, exercise, get on a routine with positive energy input, and walk in your purpose, I guarantee you won't be fatigued on dialysis. Who's with me? Who got some value from this today? Come on, guys. If you got some value from this, give me like a mind-blown emoji or give me some value, right? Value in the chat. All right, guys. Let's go. So that's kind of wraps it up for what I got for you today, guys. And again, this is on replay if you couldn't catch it. And if you are catching it on replay right now, thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your life to sit here with me. Hallelujah. So, all right, guys. In closing, I want to ask you this, right? How many of you want to feel stronger, more in control, and more grounded in your faith, right? But you feel stuck in survival mode because of constant fatigue, low energy, or spiritual burnout, right? It's very difficult to get there alone. You'll have blind spots, things you can't see clearly. It might be with your routine, your mindset, or even your very relationship with God. That's exactly why I created my coaching program, right? What I do with clients in the Dialysis Warrior Coaching Program is the gold standard for helping dialysis patients. It is. It's divinely inspired. It's from him, right? We build we build faith-based stamina and energy. We reignite the spiritual and personal purpose, and we create daily rhythms and routine that actually support your life and not drain it from you. The machine takes enough, right? So if you want to feel stronger, stay positive and grounded in faith, take back control of your dialysis days, holler at me. Just like so many others I've helped find joy and strength in the middle of dialysis, right? Drop call in the comments, DM me privately, and you can be one of them, right? So if you do that, this is what's going to happen. I'll reach out to you. We'll have a quick conversation to talk about what's going on, get clear on where you're at right now, and give you actionable plan for your life, right? Not from the doctor, but someone who's been there, someone who is there right there in the trenches with you and is thriving. I can show you how, right? And for real, and if I can't help, I know I can know, but if I can't help, it would be my duty to show you or point you in a direction where you can't get help. That's what will happen if you DM me and we get on the call, right? But I'm confident I can break you free from survival mode. You know, it just might be the best decision you make all year. Just call in the comments. That's all you got to do, right? So that's it, everybody, for today. If you got any value from this, I would love if you just put value in the comments and send it to a dialysis patient who's not in the group or who you know might be struggling and can get some value from this live training, guys. Okay. So it's been awesome being with you guys tonight. I'm so very grateful and thankful that God trusts me with delivering this message to you, right? So I'm a dialysis patient. I'm a dialysis coach. I'm a dialysis warrior. I'm actually in the trenches with you. Stay strong, dialysis disciples. Call CALL in the chat. Call CALL in the comments.